What is up, everybody? I am GetFlanked, and today we're going to be talking about destruction and reinforcing in Rainbow Six Siege. These are two areas that really separate Siege from other FPS games, and the goal of this video will be to give you a basic understanding of these mechanics and how you can apply them in game. Let's talk about destruction first, and I think it's important to separate this into two categories: soft destruction and hard destruction. Soft destruction refers to putting holes in any of the penetrable surfaces in Rainbow Six Siege. This is done by both attackers and defenders. It can be as simple as shooting your gun through a soft wall to create a line of sight, or using Sledge's hammer to create a big enough hole to walk through. Many times defenders will utilize this soft destruction to create big enough holes for each other to pass through. This is generally referred to as rotates, and we'll talk more about this later, but the general concept here is to create different pathways that allow defenders to rotate between sites or to different parts of the maps that don't exist naturally. There are many different gadgets and operators in the game that are very good at soft destruction. A couple of these would be breaching charges that are secondary gadgets many operators have. Shotguns are well known for their soft destruction capabilities and how quickly they can create rotates throughout the map. Buck's skeleton key is an excellent soft destruction device. Orcs can run through soft walls, creating big rotates very quickly. And any defenders using the secondary gadget impact grenades can create rotates and use soft destruction very quickly as well. Please keep in mind this is not a list of every soft destruction device in the game, just some of the more common ones. It's important to realize that not every wall, ceiling, and floor in Rainbow Six Siege is what we refer to as soft, meaning that it is susceptible to soft destruction. Pay attention to the patterns on both floors and walls for clues on which ones might be penetrable. This room in Theme Park, for example, you can see that this part I can shoot through the floor. Once the pattern of the floor changes, it goes from soft to impenetrable. Defenders also have the option of reinforcing up to 10 of those soft walls or hatches on the map and turning them from a soft penetrable wall into a hard or reinforced wall. Let's get into some of the details regarding reinforcing now. Reinforcing is something that can only be done by defenders, and it refers to going up to one of those soft walls or hatches that is penetrable and placing a reinforcement on it by hitting the interact button. A reinforced wall is actually bulletproof and can only be breached by the hard breaching devices in the game. Just like soft destruction, it will take some time for you as a player to learn the nuance associated with reinforcing as a defender, but I want to give you a couple of quick tips right now just to get you started. The first thing I'll say about reinforcing is to make sure that you are putting up at least 2 reinforcements each defensive round. This is part of helping your team, and it's every player's responsibility. The defense has a pool of 10 reinforcements that they can use each round. If you don't help by putting up at least 2 reinforcements during the prep phase, many times that will mean that one of your teammates will have to pick up the slack and do more than their share, and that is not cool. Next thing I'll say is don't be afraid to ask a teammate if you're unsure where to reinforce. Many times, if you just ask, they'll either do the reinforcements for you and tell you not to worry about it. In that case, watch where they reinforce so you know where to go next time. Or they'll just tell you 2 quick reinforcements that they can point out and that you can do really quickly and then be on your way. One general rule is that any exterior wall, meaning a wall that goes from the objective to the exterior of the map, will be reinforced. There's almost no scenario in which one of those walls should be left soft. So if you see one of those, go ahead and do it right off the bat. Another general rule is that any vertical hatch that drops into the objective from above should be reinforced if possible. If it's on the roof, you can't get to it, that's impossible. But if you can go upstairs and get to that hatch by reaching another floor of the map, it should be reinforced. One place you don't want to reinforce is in between sites. This is where you want to utilize your soft destruction to create a rotate that will allow an anchor to pass from one site to the other without having to expose themselves to an exterior hallway or something like that. Now, while defenders have reinforcements, attackers have hard destruction, and this is how attackers can deal with those reinforcements that defenders put up. Thermite, Hibana, Ace, and Maverick are all attackers whose primary gadgets are used for hard destruction. There are also several attackers in the game that have a secondary gadget that is designed for hard destruction as well. Many times an entire strategy for the attackers will rely upon opening a hard wall, so if you're playing one of those hard destruction operators, make sure you take your life very carefully. Another quick note regarding hard destruction is that if the defenders electrify a reinforced wall, only Maverick can then use his gadget to make holes on it. Okay, that's going to do it for the basics of hard destruction, soft destruction, and reinforcing. Hopefully you not only have a basic understanding of these mechanics now, but some excitement to go in and mess with them yourself. This is what really separates Siege from the other FPS games, and I hope that you get as much enjoyment out of these mechanics as I have.